Hey guys, it's Jules here, and I know I've been away for a little bit. I just got back from my 2 week vacation. Well, actually, I got back a week ago, but I spent that week just being lazy and sorting out some real life stuff. And I know quite a few things happened in the community while I was away, and I have been receiving various asks, unknown asks, and just asks from like people I'm friends with on Tumblr. So I thought I would address those in this video. And also, while I was away, we got the proper news of the new upcoming expansion pack, which is City Living. So I thought I would also take the opportunity. Well, this video will be mainly about City Living, but I will also put a couple words in about some of the other asks I've received. So the first big question that I've received is, may I ask what your opinion on The Sims 4 is right now? Do you agree with LGR and others? I assume this means about the whole drama with SimGuru Drake. I've not really been keeping up with that stuff that much. It doesn't really interest me, and I don't really follow LGR, and I'm not really sure who you mean about the others. Maybe you mean like big news community source people. Like I said, I'm not really in that whole circle, so I wouldn't really know. But my personal opinion on The Sims 4 hasn't really changed that much. I've always been quite excited about the game, even before it was released, and I still am. It still holds my interest. I know I haven't really been playing much lately, but that's mostly because of I was either working on a very large custom content set, which I've released at the start of September, which was the Drifter's Wonders, or it was just real life stuff, or I was on vacation, like I said earlier. So for me personally, The Sims 4 is still my number one game, really. Obviously, like most people, I have things that I wish were in the game, and I am hoping will be added in the game. I mentioned in Are the Pets Coming video that obviously I don't know if pets will be added to the game or not. I hope they will. Pets was my favorite expansion in the Sims 3. And if I was to choose between pets or toddlers or, I don't know, something else, it will always be pets for me. And also, on the whole topic of toddlers, I know it's a very sore subject in the community because a lot of people obviously really want toddlers and they are afraid that they're not going to get them. I keep seeing this thing with some people where they basically say that if you claim that you're happy with the game, like without toddlers and stuff, that you're either stupid or you're sponsored by EA. And my advice is just don't be an asshole. Like, don't claim that you know why other people play the game and how they play it. I personally never cared about toddlers, which is why I said that I will always choose pets over toddlers. I mean, if toddlers were released tomorrow, I will obviously be happy about it, and I'll be happy for my friends who I know want toddlers, and I will probably even create some families with toddlers just for my save, but will I actively engage with them? No, because that's not really how I play my game. If you've been following my Tumblr for a while, or you just know me in real life or whatever, you'll know how I play my game. I kind of stick to the same household, which was the Durbin household, which is just two Sims. And I mostly focus on things like building and just like interacting with people in the world and building skills, collecting photographs, collecting collectibles, just stuff like that. I don't really play with progression. I don't play with family, so toddlers for me are just not really a factor whatsoever. So if you are a person who is upset about the lack of toddlers, the lack of something else, you are entitled to your opinion, but please don't insult me by pretending to know me and to speak on my behalf. Like, I'm not stupid and I'm not sponsored by EA. I only have like, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, I have a couple more followers on Tumblr, but I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is how I prefer to play my game. And toddlers for me are not really important whatsoever. So personally, I'm happy with my game. You are entitled to your opinion. If you're unhappy with the game, just please respect other people in the community, because not everyone plays the game the same way you do. And yeah, I mean, it's very easy to express your dislike for something without putting down the people who are happy with something. So that's kind of my only thing, like my only advice for people in the community, because I have been seeing quite a lot of this negativity. Now, on a more positive note, I'm going to move on to the next big question, which is, how do you feel about city life? A couple of people asked me about this, and personally, I really like the look of it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it unless, like, I don't know, something happens and I don't have enough money. But other than that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it. Because even, like, when the first leak started happening, it kind of grabbed my attention because I am a big fan of the whole, like, urban setting, cities. Bridgeport was my favorite location in The Sims 3. So I did miss the whole, like, city living. And also, if you are familiar with my building, you may notice that, like, a lot of my stuff is, like, townhouses and just, it's not like a separate house. It'll be, like, two houses together or apartments, stuff like that. So I am definitely very excited about city life. I also, like, I want to kind of do this as a, I don't know if it would be like a reaction video, but I would like to talk about the stuff that I've seen mentioned in streams, in like screenshots, in just news posts, in tweets. And I wasn't really sure how to do this because I feel like I can't really put a trailer in the video because I don't really want this video to get flagged for like using third-party content or whatever. So I'm probably going to do like a slideshow of screenshots. Most of them are from trailers, so they will be a little bit pixelated. But I'll try to talk about all the things that jumped out to me personally and just like things that I've noticed and things that interested me that I've read online. So here goes. So in City Living, we are going to get a new world called San Myshuno. I may not be pronouncing this correctly, I apologize. When I first heard of it and I've started seeing like the first couple screenshots, most of them showed the festival lot. So I thought, you know, this probably was inspired by Tokyo. It makes sense with the title and just like the whole festival lot as well, because the festival lot does have like lanterns and sushi bars. But then we were shown a screenshot. Well, and if you watch the stream, you'd see as well. There's a zone, a neighborhood called Spice Market, I believe, and it kind of looks more like New York City, maybe, or I don't know, some kind of other like urban city in America. So maybe that's where the sun comes from. Maybe it's like San Francisco. I don't really know. I'm not American. I apologize if I'm incorrect with this, but that was my fear anyway. But yeah, the first thing that stood out to me straight away was like the new clothes and the new hair. I'm really, 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 really excited about the more diversity in the clothes and hair, because even I personally tried to have tried making an Indian household in the past, and obviously we don't really have any suitable clothing for that type of household, so I just had to put them in like regular clothes, and I always wished we would have like more diverse clothing, more like cultural clothing. So this expansion pack seems to be quite filled with a lot of that stuff, so that's really exciting. Then I've also noticed a lot of like little apartment objects, I guess you could say, like pipes, and well, obviously you get things like the trash chute. I don't know how to pronounce it either. I'm not really sure, like from the stream I couldn't really get the impression whether they would be usable objects or they would kind of be like stuck in the apartment and you can't really do much with them. But I guess if they aren't available, I'm sure there are modders out there who will liberate them, as they usually do with like world objects, world decor. I also noticed quite a few new cute accessories, like there's this like a flamingo or some kind of peacock like earring for females. Well, it might be for both genders, I don't really know. I assume most of the new clothing will probably be gender neutral, since we did have that patch a while ago. But in the trailer it was on a female, so that's why I said it's for a female. But that looked really cute. And I really, 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 really love that one hairdo that has like a head dress jewelry thing. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I'll show a screenshot and you'll know what I mean. It's giving me like that whole fortune teller vibe from Sims 4 Supernatural, so that's really cool. And I'm sure you can just use it just as a hairdo as well. Elevators are going to make an appearance again. From what I understood from the tweets, I think it was a tweet. They won't be actual usable objects though. I guess they will be like inbuilt in the apartment. And also on the subject of apartments, if you haven't been keeping up with the news and stuff, you apparently can't really have apartments outside of the world, so you can only have them in San Myshuno. You can't build them in any of the other worlds, so that's something to keep in mind, I guess. But on the topic of elevators, yes, from what I understood, they won't be available as objects in the catalog, but once again, I'm sure if you don't mind using mods, there probably will be a modder out there who will liberate it in no time. I did like the whole aspect of like sharing a space. I didn't really get like a vibe or a feel for that at all from like the screens or whatever, but they did describe it quite well in the stream. So you obviously, like, if you get a noisy neighbor, you can, like angrily bang on the door and get a bad relationship with them, or you can, I think, like if you're cooking or if you're, I can't remember if it's singing, like sometimes if there's a sim that has kind of those traits that lives in a building, if they like respond to whatever you're doing, they can come over and like try to become your friend. So for instance, if you're a sporty sim, you might come, a neighbor might like knock on your door and be like, hey, let's go work out and stuff. So that's really cool. I think that's like new. I don't think that was a thing in Sims 3, and I don't really remember Sims 2 at all, because that was a really long time ago. So yeah, that like stood out to me straight away. I noticed quite a lot of really cute furniture pieces in screenshots and in the video. There were two chairs that I really like, so they kind of give me that like IKEA / industrial vibe, which I'm really happy with. Like, I love industrial furniture in real life, and I quite like IKEA as well. And a lot of this stuff in the game, it's kind of like blah, or it's just like Victorian. So I'm looking forward to having that kind of neutral, but like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like hip style. It's not like as basic as a lot of the base game stuff is. I've also spotted like a really cool rug. I think there's actually two rugs. One of them is a bit bigger, and the other one is like a smaller one. There's also like a lot of graffiti things. I'm guessing graffiti is going to be a skill, but I also spotted like it's like a floor design. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I'll show it on the screens. I've seen it like under a bed, like around a tree. I'm not really sure if it's part of the graffiti skill or if it's something else, but that's quite cool. That seems like a completely new object, really. We're also going to get personality traits for lots. So the same as how you can have a personality trait for your sim, you can get it for your lot. I am thinking, I'm not really sure, but I am thinking it will maybe be added in a patch. So if that does happen, it will be like a base game compatible thing as opposed to being tied to the expansion, because it does make sense that all the other lots also have traits. So you would think that they would like let everyone have this, even if you don't have the expansion. So this is purely my speculation, but I'm guessing there will be a patch before the expansion where flat and apartment and lot traits will be added into the base game. But don't take my word for it. It's pure speculation. I don't really know. We also get some pets. But before you get your hopes up, it's probably not the type of pets that you'd like. So we'll get some rats and some roaches from what I've seen. Maybe some flies, I'm not really sure. Honestly, like, if I get a rat, I'm I'm gonna keep it. I don't even care. I'm just gonna pretend it's my pet. I'm gonna like give it a name. I'm not gonna like get rid of it. I don't know how you get rid of them. But I'm gonna keep it. It's gonna be my little pet. I've already decided. So we're going to get a new option to copy rooms. So right now you know that you can like pick up a room, you can save it, you can move it around, you can rotate it, but you can't actually copy one. So that was shown in the stream. So yes, once again, I guess it kind of makes sense that it might be added to a free patch. I don't really know. So don't take my word for it either. But that's going to be an issue, and I think it's quite handy for like builders. For instance, for me, in the past, when I've built like twin townhouses, obviously, once you build one, you just kind of want to copy the other one next to it, but you can't really copy rooms. You have to. Well, the only other way was to save it room by room and then like rebuild it. So the copy room thing seems quite handy for me personally, anyway, because I am a builder. Then we're going to see the return of a lot of the beloved objects from the past, things like the karaoke machine and the basketball court, the keyboard, and even the shisha bar. I guess it's a shisha bar. I mean, there was a thing in The Sims 3, was it from Showtime? Like where you could blow bubbles, so that kind of looks similar to that object. If you have been keeping up with the news and stuff, you may recall hearing snippets about the talking toilet. That's apparently a thing in the expansion. I'm not really sure why. I don't really see the point in it, to be fair. I don't really think I'm going to be using it. But yes, it is a toilet that you can use as a toilet. But it can like talk back to you and give you little displays of. I've seen like a little disco ball display that it does in the stream, and also like it does a little fountain. But yeah, personally, I don't think I'll be using it that much. But if you're into that, you might find that useful. One other thing I'm quite happy about is the return of the ability to play video games on the TV. That was really weird to me that it was like not in the base game, but I'm guessing it will be part of this expansion. So your Sims will be able to pick up a console and play a video game on the TV in the house, or I don't know, somewhere else maybe. Then I guess it's the following the topic of like some of the cool new furniture that I've spotted. I've seen some cool new wall separators, and I spotted 2 new beds that I really like the look of. For me personally, right now, the double beds selection in the game is really, really, really crap. Like, I think I've only like 2. The other ones are, I either don't like the frame or I don't like the colors of the sheets. So most of my bedrooms, I like reuse the same 2 beds in every single house, and it's just been getting a bit old. A bit sick of using the same 2 beds in my houses, so I am looking forward to having new double beds, especially given the fact that I liked the look of them. What else do I have here? So yes, if you watch the stream, you may have noticed that there was a bit of a moment where people heard barking in the video, and like a lot of the people in the comment section started going crazy and going like, "Oh my god, dogs! Oh my god, pets!" I don't really know what that was about. In a way, it kind of makes sense that there would just be like city sounds in the game, so like I'm not getting my hopes up that it's a hint at anything. I mean, it would be nice if it was a hint at pets. You know how I feel about pets. I love pets, but I'm not really keeping my hopes up for that. I just assumed it was like a regular city noise, like you know how a police car siren or like dogs barking, or I don't know, people screaming, your neighbor screaming at you or something. We're also going to get 2 new traits. This is also one thing that I think might be coming in the patch as opposed to the actual expansion, but once again, I don't know. It's a pure speculation. So the 2 traits will be unflirty and vegetarian traits. So for all of you vegetarian people out there, be happy that the vegetarian trait is going to make a comeback. I do know a lot of people are excited about this, and I've seen people like actually, you know, be like, why is it not a thing in Sims 4? So I guess now it will be. We're also going to get a new aspiration, so this probably will be in the expansion. It's called City Native, and it focuses on exploring the city and meeting new people. On the topic of the apartment traits, I'm not going to go through all of them. You can find that info somewhere else. But there were some interesting ones. For instance, I spotted one that said, I can't remember what it's called, but basically, if you have kids or teens, I assume. If you have kids or teens in your household and your apartment or your lot has a trait, they will receive a boost to their school grade. And I'm very interested to find out what there's like an earthquake trait. So I would like to know what that is all about. I can't really see it being like a proper earthquake where everything breaks, but I am quite interested in finding out more about that. On the subject of apartments, I've already said that unfortunately you can't have them outside the San Myshuno world. However, you can have up to 4 apartments in the building, so you can have up to 4 different families living in the same lot. What else? Okay, so there's one thing I noticed. It's this like golden statue thing. You know how you kind of get it in like a real world? I don't really know how to describe it, but it's a person who kind of looks like a soldier or is like a statue, and then they like stand still and you give them money and then they move and scare you. So I kind of spotted that thing in the trailer and in the screenshots. It's like a golden, well, from what I've seen, it's like a golden astronaut costume, I think. And in one of the screenshots or the trailer, I can't remember, I've actually noticed that there's a fruit bowl behind the statue and it's gold, but the fruit bowl is like a base game object, which isn't gold as it is. So I'm wondering I don't know if that's like a career or if that's like a trait, but I'm wondering if he'll give us an ability to turn objects gold. Not really sure. Pure speculation here. I've also seen some new costumes, so we appear to be getting a raccoon outfit in this expansion, so similar to the Outdoor Retreat game pack where we got the bear. So this one will give us the raccoon. Also, one interesting thing is, I'm going to show it in a screenshot. However, there's this couch that looks like it's the same couch from base game. However, the base game variety only has like 3 swatches, 2 or 3 swatches, but this one seems to have like different ones. So I've seen a yellow and I've seen a purple. So I wonder if it's like the same object, but they've been adding more color swatches to older stuff. Because if that's the case, that'd be quite cool. But I don't know. I mean, it might be a completely new object for all I know. I don't really know. I guess we will be getting more info as time goes on because they haven't even really touched on the festival a lot that much, I don't think. I feel like a lot of the game pack will probably be tied to it. Just using my own common sense, really. From what I've seen, you get like fireworks, and I've seen an eating contest, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to the return of the eating contests. I've also seen like children with sparklers. I'm not really sure what that's about. I guess it's also tied to like the whole festival thing. I do really like the little lights that are kind of around the festival lot. I do have a feeling that they probably won't be like a usable object. They'll probably be like a world decor that's not in the game. So yes, I'm keeping my hopes low, but I do like the object, and it would be really nice and a nice surprise if it was a usable object. I think I've kind of mentioned everything that has stood out to me. I know that if you're living in an apartment and you have like a boyfriend or your bestie who lives outside somewhere else, you can like give them a key to your place so they can always visit you. I'm also getting a bit of Sims 3 diversity nostalgia with the whole like protester hints. I'm not really sure what that's about. It's one other thing I'm kind of looking forward to finding out about. They've also like showed a snippet of what looks like a mare. I don't really know if that's a proper thing or it's just me reaching. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to more streams and more news and stuff about this because I personally am quite excited about this pack. I hope you've enjoyed this video and my rambling. If you'd like to share any thoughts or just what you liked, if you've been keeping up with the news and the trailers and stuff, or if you just watched my video and you have some thoughts, please do not hesitate to share them in the comments, or if you're on Tumblr, you can contact me on Tumblr and stuff. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will probably make more videos if like more info comes out and I feel like I want to talk about something specific. But yes, I would like to thank you for watching, and I shall see you later.